Hi everyone, Steve here from Digi Life Enabled, and I just want to ask you a question this week. Where is your treasure? In fact, what is your treasure? Because we know that where our treasure is, there is our heart. And so where our treasure is, that's what our focus is going to be on. And you know what? If we've been real with ourselves, we know that our treasure is more than just money. And I want to put it to you today that actually gratitude is gold. And I want to just think a bit about gratitude today. Gratitude in your life, gratitude in your business. You know, it's been my privilege to meet a number of people from around the world, refugees, orphans, who have actually challenged me by their attitude of gratitude. You know, these are people who've lost everything, and yet they can still find things to be grateful for and thankful for. And when I've been in the presence of those people, it's really challenged me and made me feel quite poor and made me look at them as being quite rich. So when I'm talking about value and riches, that's where I'm coming from today. There's a greater perspective on wealth than just the monetary value. And this concept that gratitude can be wealthy for you, it's not just pie in the sky. There's actually scientific research that's being carried out that shows that people who have an attitude of gratitude are actually more happier and healthier than those people who aren't. Now, I'm not going to cite all the documents here, but if you just do a Google search on research into gratitude, you can actually read some of those for yourself. And what's actually interesting is that there's actually changes in the brain, the neuroplasticity of the brain, through clinical trials have proven this, of people who are acting in gratitude over and above those who aren't, those who are looking at negative things all the time and looking at what's going wrong rather than things that we should be thankful for. So Sundays are a great time to reflect on the week that's passed and the week that's ahead. So this Sunday I just want to encourage you to have an attitude of gratitude in the week ahead. Think of those things that you can be grateful for. Now, maybe you're listening to this right now and you're saying, actually, Stephen, you don't know the situation I'm in, and I don't have a lot to be grateful for. Where can I start to be grateful? Well, the fact is, if you're actually watching me now and listening to me now, there are 5 things that you can be grateful for. Number 1, you have a digital device on which to watch and hear me. Number 2, if you can hear me, you can hear. Number 3, if you can see me, you can see. Number 4, you've obviously got some kind of internet connection. And number 5, you've obviously got some kind of connectivity to electricity as well. Now, having those 5 things together means that you're in a position that half the world's population don't have. So there's a starter for something to be grateful for. If you have those 5 things, half the world, more than half the world's population don't have those things. So those are just 5 things that you can start to be grateful for. So I want to encourage you, just make a list of those things that you can be grateful for. But you know what, when we're talking about having an attitude of gratitude and having that behaviour, it's more than just making a list, okay? So what do we do? How do we get to having an attitude of gratitude, or when it becomes more of our behaviour rather than just making a list of things that we might be grateful for or thankful for? Well, what we need to do is we need to emote, we need to extend, and we need to exercise. 3 things there. We need to emote, we need to extend, we need to exercise. What do we mean by emote? Well, from emotion, we actually need to have our emotions connected to that which we're grateful for. So we're not just thinking about them, but how do we feel actually? Because we are emotional beings as well. And have that sense of emotion to that which we are grateful for. How do you really feel if you've got a family, about your children? How do you really feel about your health? How do you really feel if you've got loved ones nearby you? You know, just recognize that emotion and that feeling that you have. That's the first thing. Emote. Second thing we need to do is extend. We need to go beyond ourselves. We need to be grateful for other people, for example, in our life. And we need to be grateful to other people in our lives. So we go beyond ourselves. There's an internal aspect, the emotion. There's the external, when we extend beyond ourselves. And thirdly and finally, we need to exercise that attitude of gratitude through a daily routine, just as you get stronger in any other kind of event by exercising. It's the same with gratitude. We need to exercise so that it becomes a behavior, so it becomes a habit, and then what we will see, it will become an attitude and our own culture. So those are 3 things I'd like you to just think about, and that applies to your personal life, to your business life, and just see how this week changes for you when you choose to have an attitude of gratitude and seek to have that behaviour, that behavioural aspect of gratitude as well. And certainly when I'm thinking about things that I'm grateful for, as I think about my parents' generation and the struggles that they had. I mean, I grew up in a coal mining community where, accounts of mass industrial fatality were the norm, and thinking the hardships that certainly my parents' generation had to go through, and I haven't had to go through that, and to think that, what if my parents had the internet? How life would have been different from them. I can, generate an income online through sitting at a desk, typing some things and having an account running in the background for the automated system. And what a real privilege that is. And so that's something I'm grateful for. And if that's something that you're interested in as well, being able to build a business around that which you're grateful for, being able to build a business around your values and that which has meaning to you, then head on over to digilifeenabled.com. We've got some training, coaching, mentoring available for you. You can sign up there. You can have a dry run of some of the systems that we have as well, and give that a go. So that's it for this week, guys. Have an attitude of gratitude, because if you're into wealth creation, remember, gratitude is gold.